Hello Virgos, this is a reading for September or whenever this reading finds you. I really don't like putting timelines on my readings. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. Check any placement that you have, Virgo, including your North Node, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, all that. Mercury, Mars, whatever. You can also feel free to cross-watch for someone else. Be sure to check your other placements to get other sides and perspectives of the story. All of these readings tend to be connected. We all have all 12 signs in our chart somewhere anyway, so. Right. I haven't used this deck in a while. Nine of Cups. Let's see what this other card was. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I think this is a time period for you to get comfortable with who you are. Getting creative, having fun, maybe entertaining, maybe you're throwing a party, maybe it's your birthday party. But it does feel like something you're doing for yourself that's making you very happy. It's a self-imposed sense of gratitude or love or celebration or sense of contentment. You're proud of yourself about something. It's like, let me toast to myself. Like, cheers to you, girl or guy or whatever you identify as. So we have you with the Four of Wands settling down into something. Maybe it's hard for you to actually accept the happiness that's all around you. Maybe some of you feel like it's either incomplete or you don't deserve it. But there is happiness and emotional support and love all around you. Family, loved ones, people, either chosen family or blood family. But you're settled down into something. It could be a new home, a new job. Something is allowing you to express yourself. And you just feel aligned. And maybe it is your birthday. Maybe you're just realizing all of the blessings around you. But this typically represents like a challenge. I don't know why I'm cutting this deck. This typically represents a challenge, but I think maybe the challenge is for you just to accept it and just, maybe you feel like things are too good to be true. Show me Four of Wands. Okay, maybe things just happen really quickly and it's just hard for you to take it all in. The Five of Swords is here. There could be some jealousy. There could be some battles that you're choosing or that you have been choosing to pick up and not let go of completely. I see the Eight of Cups wanting to come out. So there's something you need to leave behind and it's like a battle you can't win. And it involves some type of disappointment. Maybe you feel like a failure, that there's some type of loss that you can't come to grips with. But I think you'll feel more aligned. You'll feel more happy if you do. The Eight of Wands, this could involve you traveling. I gotta stop tapping on my cards like this. I'll be putting little dents with my nail. But anyway, you could be traveling. There could be a lot of messages, a lot of spiritual insight, things that you maybe want to write about or just get out of your mind. Maybe you are traveling with the Two of Wands here. Maybe you're realizing that you want to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. You need to go somewhere. Maybe you need a vacation, or maybe you're just trying to meet people. You want more fulfilling relationships, friendships, communities, things like that. With the Two of Wands is here, it talks about plans, and the Eight of Wands is about things moving and moving quickly. So there's something that you want to do that you need to start planning. Maybe it's something that will bring you lots of happiness and contentment and joy, and just also bring you emotional support. But whatever it is, maybe you need to work the details out first, and then whenever you do, things can start moving. So maybe it's been challenging to plan, but I don't feel like this is bad. I think anything that's bad about it is truly just based on perception. I don't think there's anything that bad. I mean, it's always good in the bad and bad and the good, you know. But I feel like, if anything, things are just moving really swiftly, and it's hard for you to take it all in, maybe. What's calling to you is the Seven of Cups. There could be some type of temptation with the Seven of Cups here. Your emotions could be a bit all over the place. Maybe you're not sure how you feel. Maybe there's signs. This could be regarding a relationship or some type of commitment. Okay. The Eight of Cups. Okay, a relationship that you walked away from, or a commitment that you walked away from that was no longer emotionally fulfilling. Maybe you have mixed feelings about it, but there's something, it's like you can't really be sure of what your emotions are trying to tell you or show you. Maybe your intuition is a little bit out of whack, but with the 7 of Cups here, I think the best thing to do is the 8 of Cups. Move on. Leave these feelings or these emotions behind. Like if the relationship is over, if the contract has been breached, if things are confusing or ambiguous, just like leave it alone for now. Move on. I love that we have the 7, the 8, and the 9 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. Look at that. It's like if things, and it's like maybe you feel like you're not going to achieve this 10 of Cups, this ultimate happiness and celebration, this communal support and long-lasting love. But it's like once you achieve it within, you will. And it starts with leaving things behind that don't represent peace or love or harmony or balance for you. Maybe it was a hard decision, but I think what's calling for you is to leave behind the confusion and to walk away from anything that's ambiguous or makes you feel confused or that feels seductive in a bad way. What's keeping you grounded? We have the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Wands. So maybe traveling, communication, maybe you just, or maybe it's spiritual downloads. It could be spiritual downloads. Spirit could be communicating with you a lot, like giving you a lot of information. We have cups, a lot of cups here. So your intuition could just be on fire right now. You could be channeling a lot of messages. Things could be coming really quickly. We also have Mercury coming up in retrograde. So I think Mercury is going to be, is it in Libra or Virgo? I can't remember. 8 of Wands, please. The 4 of Wands wants to come out again. It showed itself. Okay. We have the Death card and the 10 of Swords. So there's some type of ending that took place that you may feel betrayed by. And maybe it was a bad ending. It could have involved some type of slander, some he said, she said, or maybe it was just a bitter ending with the 5 of Swords here. You feel like even though you had to walk away from, like, that was the best decision, you feel like it was like a lose-lose type of situation. And maybe the situation did seem harmonious and balanced at some point. We do have the Lovers and the 4 of Wands, so this definitely could be regarding some type of relationship, a home, or some type of arrangement between two people, or a contract, a job, things like that. But it does feel like it's a contract or a bond, like a close relationship, like a marriage or even family. What's keeping you grounded, though? I think there is a lot of spiritual insight, messages, downloads coming in with the 8 of Wands. Moving around and traveling could make you feel a lot better. The Death card being here, there is changes and transformations taking place. And maybe it's the way you receive information. Maybe it's the way you receive spiritual downloads and insight. The 8 of Wands can also just talk about momentum, picking up speed, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to peek at my notes real quick just to make sure I'm not missing any keywords, because there's 2 of them here. This will also tell me what it means when there's 2. There's 3 8s here, so that is indicative of abundance. And maybe you're being put through divine pressure. Short journey to come. Yeah, there's definitely some type of trip. Things probably are going to be moving really quickly, these changes and transformations. Maybe you feel mentally exhausted about it also with the 10 of Swords here, but whatever has been done is over, and it's just best for you to leave those emotions that are still tied to the situation behind so that you can fully embrace this new experience that you're heading into, whatever this card represents also. So what's behind you is the Emperor. Ooh, Aries energy. Interesting. I know someone this reading is going to resonate with. What's behind you, or should be, this Emperor? This could be like some type of dictator or authoritarian, someone who is either the head of the household, the head of the business. So it could be like an old boss, or a very stubborn, bull-headed male figure. This is someone who is kind of running the show, or at least they think so. At least they want to be. It is upright, but it can take on the energy of the reverse, meaning like an abusive power. So this is someone who has some type of power. This is some type of leader. Show me the Emperor. Whoever this represents for you. I feel like this person is not fair though. Show me the Emperor. Thank you. the Chariot, something you moved on from or need to move on from. But this represents determination, overcoming obstacles, and Spirit is assisting. These are both major arcana cards, so they can show spiritual energy. The Three of Wands is an energy of waiting. Temperance is here. Also, I'm going to go ahead and take that. Temperance is here. It's like your angels and guides are stepping in to create balance. Spirit is assisting you with creating balance. The Three of Wands is like a waiting period, waiting on things to be peaceful and serene and calm. It's maybe what you're waiting on, but in the meantime, it's just like, I'm moving on. Gotta do what I gotta do. Overcoming the obstacles of this situation. Maybe she is holding a wand. I didn't realize that until now. She's riding on this motorcycle and she's got a wand in her hand. So I do feel like there's an element of you making shit happen. Cancer is a zodiac sign for the Chariot. So that nurturing energy of like how mothers just like make shit happen. It's like you're making shit happen. You could be waiting. I don't think it's necessarily waiting on Spirit, but it could be like you co-creating with the universe and waiting on the results of the actions that you put forth. Like, okay, I've done my part. Now I'm just waiting on this other half of it, or this other entity, this other phase, this next phase, so that things can be balanced and I can finally have peace with this situation. Maybe that's what you're waiting on to finally put it behind you. And then what's ahead of you, or could be the Empress. I love that. Look at the balance here. We got the Emperor on this side and the Empress on this side. And I think also this is telling you to kind of do away with the masculine energy, that logical energy, that I tend to mix up the whole left brain, like right brain thing, but that masculine logic side. It's time for you to step into your creativity, your Empress energy, your sensuality, your beauty, doing things that make you feel like love, do things that make you feel beauty and kindness. And this is also creation. This is indicative of birthing something, bringing something into fruition, creating something. So I feel like there is something that you need to create. You could be getting lots of ideas with the Wands cards here, because this is creativity as well as the Cups here. So there's an ability to channel your emotions into creative drive. So make sure you're writing your plans down and just allow your experiences to inspire you and birth something new and divine from this experience, from these experiences. Show me the Empress here. Lots of divine energy in this reading. The Empress, please. Oh, the Empress and the Nine of Wands. So you could be feeling pretty beat up along this journey, like you're being put under divine pressure, but I feel like that's Spirit trying to make an Empress out of you, trying to bring the most creation and birth, and trying to birth the divine feminine, trying to push that out of you. The Empress can also it can be pregnancy. It came up twice, so technically that can be pregnancy. Some of you could be settling down into a new relationship. There is indications of balance and love and harmony here as well. Some of you could be moving on from some type of relationship. Maybe there was a relationship that you wanted to work out that didn't, but there's something else more harmonious, more balanced coming in for you. But I think there is a sense of you needing to not be so much of a emperor, dictator, do this, I said do this, I'm running this type of energy, and step more into your creative energy. The Emperor can also represent authority, government, paternity. So it can be a mother and father type of situation, but it can represent the government. So in that sense, I do get some nastiness coming off of it, because we know our governments are kind of corrupt. Not even kind of. But the Empress can represent maternal energy. Like I said, it's creativity and creative energy. Something is trying to materialize. It can also represent fertility, love, marriage, and passion. So with the Empress coming up here twice, there definitely could be lots of passion. You could be on the brink of giving up or quitting. But I feel like there is hope. There was a lot of balance. There was a lot of love and harmony in this situation. the Knight of Wands. Maybe somebody's going to be dating again with the Knight of Wands behind the Knight of Cups, or just going out having fun, expressing your creativity, putting yourself out there, finding new ways of self-expression. That could be fun. Let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you from the Quantum Oracle deck. Can I get a message for Virgo based on the spread? That's 2. Okay, I'll take them. Optimism and status quo. So this card came up in the collective spread also. So this card is about like things kind of being mundane, and I want to kind of say basic, but that downplays the energy of the card. So I'm just going to read the description. And then we have one of consciousness, optimism. So I think there's a need for you to kind of have some affirmations. I feel like things are much better than you're making them to be. You could be overwhelmed by things that are changing and transforming in your life. And when you're on the way to manifesting your gifts and your goals and your dreams and your desires, a lot of dismantling can happen first. And that part is not fun, but I think you're too focused on that part that you don't actually see that it's happening. And you're just waiting on this temperance energy, this peace, this balance, this serenity, this calmness, this satisfaction. Things just seem kind of volatile and up and down and topsy-turvy right now, and you kind of want to throw in the towel, but you're so close. You're just so close. Okay, the status quo. I want to read that one first. So this card says staying the same. So this is a meaning for you to review where you review your habits, your habitual nature. That is something that Virgo rules, habitual nature. So look at your habits, really examine them and see what works and what doesn't work. This card says it's advisable at this time to maintain the present energy regarding such endeavors at work, relationships, or location. There is value in allowing your momentum of your life to continue on its present path. Although the outer energy remains steady, don't lose sight of your inner work that can be percolating under the surface. The regularities of this time actually allow you to bring more balance into your thoughts and behaviors. Now is a great time to meditate, read, and socialize with people of like mind. Let yourself focus on these activities and make them a priority now. So maybe this is time for you to put yourself out there, make plans to start meeting more people who are your people, like your true tribe. And that's going to bring so much inspiration into your life with all of these wands and allow you to be, it's going to birth the ultimate divine feminine in you and allow you to push through these obstacles and these hard times with your creativity, with your beauty, with your sensuality, with your magic. This also says when status quo turns up at the time when you are actually going through some significant change, it's telling you to engage in the personal activities that will help you maintain as much inner balance as possible. Remember, the center of your status quo is always your divine nature. And I think you've been probably given this divine masculine energy, or just the masculine energy in general, even if it's not divine, because I feel like it's not operating at its highest divinity. But you've been given this too much power, too much attention, and that's why it's what you need to put behind you. You need to move past it and look for signs and encouragement or inspiration and motivation to be more feminine, to be more creative, to tap into those feminine aspects of self-expression and those characteristics, I don't know what I'm trying to say, that we all have. We all have masculine and feminine energy, but you've been giving this part of you too much energy and this one not enough. So there's a need for balance. What's calling for you is balance. Maybe you're confused about how to get balance, but there's something that you need to walk away from, leave behind, and stop focusing on. The affirmation for this card is, I determine the emotional energy of my life. My inner strength flows through every experience. Bright future is optimism. It says here, your reality is shifting in a very much more positive direction. Look for an exciting new development in money, romance, or your career. This could be romantic. There's a lot of romance showing up. It also says this could also manifest as a personal accomplishment or creative success. I definitely think it's going to be some type of creative success as well, even if there is romance involved. But romance and creativity are one and the same. That's why the sacral chakra is linked to our sexual energy and creative energy. So yeah, old blocks are falling away, and you are choosing to see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's an increased optimism taking hold in your attitude, and you finally determined to raise your consciousness to a more positive outlook. This reveals a much more beneficial mindset that you have had in the past. Your attitude of optimism ensures a very bright future. Perhaps one you may not have been expecting is on its way. The affirmation for this card is, I choose optimism and joy throughout each day. I look to the future with hope and excitement. I love that. Let's get some Kipper deck cards for you to see what or who is around you this month, what or who is going on around Virgo this month. You could be getting celebrated. The Six of Wands wanted to come out, and the Empress is here twice, so there could be lots of attention on you. People just could feel very nurtured and very honored to be in your presence. Pathway here. This is a journey of 1 to 2 years. A journey that feels like a marathon. You could be going on these changes and transformations. Somebody, okay, hold on. Any other messages for Virgo this month? Thank you. Privileged lady. I feel like you're becoming this privileged lady energy, especially with the Empress being here, because this does represent an element of luxury. So I do feel like there are some blessings on their way to you that you may not even, like, you're about to be blessed with things you didn't even realize you wanted. But of course, it's going to take some time and some work first. Not work, like, I don't mean to make it sound like work, but it's going to take some effort, right? This represents wealth, ease, youth, health, beauty, charm as she strolls through the wide lawn past the orchid house. She can also be like a best friend, but this can mean now technically it came out here, but I did put it there. This could be related to this. It's usually a positive card, but near bad ones it can mean family related grief. This relates to prosperity, luxuries, creativity, and wellness. I do feel like it's indicative of like this Empress energy. This kind of has the same energy, and also it's 12, which breaks down to a 3, and the Empress is number 3. So there's that also. This can also represent a female friend, relative, girlfriend, sister, daughter, best friend, or young privileged lady. It shows that the gentle and comfortable way of life. So this can represent somebody in your life if it's not you, but I do feel like it is positive and good energy. The pathway card, like I said, it does give a time frame of 1 to 2 years. It can represent a long road or journey. And it can also represent like the light at the end of the tunnel. One of these other cards, yeah, talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. So there's a need for you to be optimistic on this journey, because you're going through changes and transformations, and it's going to take a while, and it's going to be mentally exhausting if you think too much about it. So it's like, you might as well just have fun and just go with the flow and just figure out a new way to maintain and find balance. This is like a marathon. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some patience with your Earth sign. You can do this. It also is a symbol for all roads, streets, and ways, forest, and nature. So it says 2 years patience is associated with this card. It means a lot needs to be done, or something will take a long time. It could also stand for great physical distance. So there could be great physical distance between you and this person, or it could just mean a long time or a couple of years. This thief card here is the most concerning. Let's see. This thief card is a very challenging and negative card. It literally means theft, embezzlement, and loss, either material or emotional. If this card is in front or above the significator, I'm not going to read that part. It stands for what's being taken away, removed, separated, distant, or absent. So if it is this person, maybe you feel like this person has been taken away from you or is distant or absent. It can also stand for few or fewer. Maybe you're weeding out the thieves in your lives. I don't know. This card also appears when you should be warned. It either indicates loss, not just in a literal sense of theft, but simply missing out on something. The thief card can sometimes represent dishonesty in thought and approach rather than a physical act. Just remember and consider that what was honestly earned is genuinely yours. This card represents loss or theft of any kind, be it money, goods, love, or friendship. There's a good chance of recovering for a loss, but if it's distant, the loss is permanent. So, I don't know, maybe there's someone privileged in your life that you're going to be losing along this journey. It could be a friend or someone that you believe is a friend. Let's get some crystals for you. Let's get crystals for Virgos. One more shuffle. Any crystals that will help Virgos with this period of life. Jasper. Bismuth wanted to come out, but that would be a great crystal for you. Sapphire, your birthstone if you're September Virgo, and muscovite. Okay, I'll take it. Jasper is the first crystal. Who needs it? Air sign, city folk. Where to put it wherever you are when you'd rather be barefoot. Pulling vibes from the earth below. Think white sand, green grass, yoga mat. When to use it? When you want to get back into your body after a stressful work week, a long flight, or lit meditation session. Strengthen your foundation. So I definitely think the foundation is a focus here, especially with the Four of Wands coming out. The Lovers coming out. It's your alignment between your own masculine and feminine energy. It's going to reflect, like, whatever the imbalance is inside of you is going to reflect into your life also. So as you achieve more balance internally, you achieve more balance externally. And as you maximize this divine feminine energy, it blesses you in your material life. This is also Venusian energy, so this is money. This is money. So if you're able to express your creative endeavors, if you're able to maximize that, there's some money for you. So Sapphire is here. Who needs it? Students of ancient wisdom. Where to put it? On your right middle finger. The finger of Saturn, Sapphire's associated planet. When to use it? When resentments are doing more damage to you than those you're holding them against. Enlist Sapphire to call on that old soul that resides within, i.e. the wisest part of you who couldn't possibly care less what anybody else thinks of you. Find your tranquil place. And I think you're just waiting on that, but I think you have to create that instead of waiting on it. That tranquility that you're longing for, you need to create that balance. You have to first create it within your body, within your emotional body, your spiritual body, your physical body, your home, your environment, your relationships. But it starts within. It starts within. Muscovite, this is what it looks like in raw form. Who needs it? The pragmatic, empirical, and reasonable. Anyone who's ever asked themselves, how did I not see that coming? Again, that's that, I think it's left brain. I'm going to go with left brain. That masculine left brain thinking. Yeah, because it's opposite. The left brain controls the right side of the body and vice versa. So, yeah. Where to put it? Against your forehead while peering into the future. When to use it? When I want to believe is your MO, but you feel like you've been missing the signs. When you have a problem logic won't solve. Yes, logic is not going to solve it. Creativity will. When you've blown the lid off with too much meditation, microdosing, or moldavite, you need to get a grip. Develop your foresight. Definitely. All of this emotional energy here, all of these cups are very indicative. All of these wands are very indicative of spirit trying to communicate to you what you need through your emotions, through your drive, through what inspires you and what lights a fire within you. So I truly hope this helps, Virgo. I think you're going through lots of changes, and you will be going through changes for at least a year or two. And it's going to take some time to shed the old and incorporate the new things that bring you balance and peace. So again, your crystals are jasper, sapphire, and muscovite. Make sure you check your other signs and other placements. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. If you want personal readings, the link is anythingbutordinary.us. You can also find it in the comments section. And until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye-bye.